for a long time. Finally got clean and sober, and she's been clean and sober for, gosh, many years.
Wow.
And she said if she didn't have to go to a wake service, she would have been there and walked with us because she believes in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And she's never met you, but she saw that what I was posting, and she's like, I wish I knew.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you knew.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I couldn't go because of the wake service.
Yeah.
But next year she's definitely coming. I have a couple of co-workers.
Okay.
And there's some other people I know from not just my work, but I know people from the gym are going to want to go because they're going to want to get involved.
Awesome.
I'm looking to see this thing double next year.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is this year is, and I'm so grateful for you, brother, and your ministry. And the beauty of it is, and the unfortunate part of it is, next year it's going to be even more necessary than it was this year because this epidemic increases, the numbers increase, and so we've got to play our part and continue to pray for them, but continue to give them an avenue and a place and a beacon of light. And that's why I'm so excited about you being here, because you're sharing the message. And that's what we got to do as brothers is continue to share the message. Like we'll let the enemy write this story and continue to write it. Like, you know how bad news travels fast. But what about the good news?
Correct.
Who's responsible for that? And so I appreciate you taking the time too, brother.
Right now, I'm just so I'm honored beyond measure because God has been showing me little things here and there, trying to say, listen, this is not the path to go. Yuri, get back over here, and then I go back over here, and then all of a sudden I start driving this way. It's like Yuri, come back over here.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that you were going to be, and I was like, no, this is not happening. Kind of smacked me in the back of the head a few times. See.
Yeah.
And it blessed me even more to listen to you speak about it and to know that you are living it. And instead of going to a restaurant, this is what's really amazing, folks, for you out there that don't know. What's amazing that we were going to go to a little restaurant and go sit down and do this, but instead, Mr. Baker said, listen, let's go into my father's church, my church, my home church, and let's do this so people really understand where it all started from.
Yeah.
One of the pastors had once ministered and said that I was in church all my life, and then I had to come to a realization that I had to want it for myself, and not because I was conditioned.
Right.
Being a part of that.
Right.
Going through the motions every single day.
Right.
But I literally had to make that decision.
Yeah.
And what's really great about this, folks, that are watching, and for those that will come back and watch this later on, is that there's nothing wrong with sharing an amazing story that worked. This story that Mr. Baker here is telling you is real, and this is what changed his life. And there's nothing fake about it. There's not no facade about it. There's no, there's nothing to try to gain from it in terms of financial or anything. It's about helping one another while we still have breath in our body to make sure other people understand what Mr. Baker went through. If you guys ever went online and looked up some of the things, yes, he was one of the predators on the court. I have his card. He was, averaging 13 points a game. He was like almost 60% on the floor and things of that nature during his early career and stuff like that. And so he was a good quality player, and it wasn't nothing that's hard to do. Especially when you got other people that are the same level as you. That's hard to do. But it shows that you can be at the top of the mountain, and there could be just that one thing, our own will, that can bring us down. Yeah. And then there's other things that's added to it. Yeah. And things like that. I met your friend, I think his name is, we call him Steady B. The big guy with the glasses. We were walking around together. We called him, his first name begins with the letter B. I can't think of his name right now, but I got a picture of him. I'll show you to you later. He was telling me how certain things that you had to come to grips with, and you shared the story with him before. And he actually works at the hotel in Cromwell. Okay. I can't think of his name right now. Oh, it's killing me. I got a video because he looks like a friend of mine back home. What's up, Troy? Because I sent him a message this morning about that. It's amazing that this story is going to be told, And I am not going to bring no negativity to this story.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to bring positivity to this story and keep adding to it.
Yeah.
Some people don't understand what it's like to feel good.
Yeah.
It feels weird to them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this is not for me. I can't feel this way.
Right.
I can only feel negative.
Right.
We don't want that.
Right.
Understand that there is power in the name.
Absolutely.
And when you feel that power inside of you, it gives you strength.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of that.
Right.
Because now, guess what? There's a building block.
Yeah.
You get another one.
Yeah.
And you get another one.
Yeah.
And you just keep building.
Yeah.
And
it's like we you know the song "We Fall Down but We Get Up." There's so many things like when negative things happen in your life, when you have a God perspective, you understand that those I love, I chastise. Right? We fall down, but there's so many things that when I look back at my life and career, the one that's been documented, but if you look at it from a God's lens, it had to happen. Like certain things had to happen and take place in order for me to be brought. Like nobody wants to hear the side of the prodigal son where he had to eat with the pigs.
Nope.
But in order for it to be the prodigal son and him to go back to the house and get the father's very best, the part where he had to eat with the pigs had to happen in order for it to understand that I was there. And now I'm here. So God, when you look at it from God's lens and a Christian lens and certain things that the Israelites, they went through a lot to get the message. Like even when they were told that they were his chosen people, it was like, yeah, but why are we eating manna every single day? So there's certain things that have to happen in our lives. And so for this platform, for me, it's not about how I can continue my name. I had a name, this name that was synonymous with other all-stars and professional athletes. But the most important part is it doesn't matter what the face of it is and how big and how mighty you've become. When you're in God's will and purpose, you're going to do what God's will and purpose is for him. It doesn't matter who you are. So my purpose is to say, listen, it could be a former basketball player. It could be that person. It could be you, Yuri. It could be anybody. When you're in the will of God, understand that things can happen. And I want to say this too. We're not saved by our works, about how good we are. We're saved by his grace and by his mercy. So it's not like I got these 8.5 years of sobriety, so I'm ahead of the next person. It didn't work like that.
No.
We just have to we're saved by his grace, his love. And
his grace is sufficient.
Is sufficient. So that's all we have to be concerned with. And so those people who are concerned about, I tell my son this all the time, don't look at, we were here in church yesterday and he was singing his heart away, morning service, afternoon service. And he's 17, and I just let him know, you're on fire for the Lord. Don't look to your left or don't look to your right, in front or back on who's not doing what you're doing. Because there's a lot of 17-year-olds that aren't singing from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock on Sundays. You are. Watch how God blesses you. Right. Watch how he moves in your life. It's simple math, man.
So before we go, me and Vin did a little thing together with our ministry. I'm going to show them, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So for all those folks out there, I don't know, hopefully they can see us.
Yeah.
So earlier today, if you notice, Vin got that big hand, so this platform's a little bit bigger, folks. We got in the middle of our hands, we have the letter M inside. And if you guys notice how the letter M is, inside that letter M stands for ministry. It also stands for fishers of men. But what's really important is that this thumb is our spiritual life. Our first finger here is our family and friends, whether it's spiritual family or our physical family, or if you've been adopted, however your situation is, your family. Third on this is our school and work. This is like all our priorities, the simple priorities of life. Fourth is our friends who will smack us in the back of the head when we start going in the wrong directions. I mean, real friends. 5, and last is our activities. For those don't understand that if you play basketball or golf or whatever it is that you do, this is a privilege. And if you notice, it's at the very end. But like me and Vince showed earlier, is that we try to shake our hands without our thumbs, it's just there. But when we put our spiritual life involved in our life, and if I start to fall, he'll pull me in. If he starts to fall, I'll pull him in. Because that's what it's all about, helping one another. And this is our ministry. But if we get rid of our spiritual life and just have this, yeah, we could be successful. But we're always going to be empty, incomplete, and there's always going to be something missing. But when we take our spiritual life and let it lead the way, because if you notice, dogs don't have thumbs. We're always laughing about that. But we take our hands and we lock it in. We lock it in all together. Don't hide your ministry. Do not hide the nail-scarred hand. Do not. So, Vin, I hope that I'm so blessed and so overwhelmed with all of this right now. I know this much. My cousin's gonna probably say, "Oh man, why didn't you tell me? I'd have drove all the way from the Carolinas to meet him." But you know what?
Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you coming too.
I have you. I am so blessed. I can't wait. His father is like, you think Vin is a big boy. His dad is a big boy too now. So better watch your manners. All those that are out there that watched and got an opportunity to be blessed by this. Yes, I am from Workout Harder Fitness, and I'm glad that they help endorse this. But it's more to life than just eating healthy, physically being healthy, mentally being healthy, but you also got to be spiritually healthy as well in order for you to just have a complete balance in your life. And if you put God first in your life, I promise you the rest of your days will be blessed. But it does rain on the just and the unjust, but at least you have something to hold on to. You have something to hold on to. So, Vin, I appreciate your time, man.
Thank you so much.
Everybody be good to one another, love one another. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we're going to have some follow-up in the next few days. And, Vin, we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. All right. Dude. All right. And this is beautiful because this sucker recorded the whole entire...
Did it?
Yeah. So...